Have you ever wondered how a shaped pan gets to the store shelf? I'm Nancy Seiler, and I've got Beth Summers here, who's the Wilton Test Kitchen's culinary specialist. And every year Wilton comes out with several shaped pans. And why don't you tell us how they all come to be?
Sure, it's a really interesting process, and it all starts out with an artist and a clay sculpture. So we get from an artist a clay sculpt of what we think our pan will look like, and when we get this, it's on a plywood board, and it's actually usually still wet clay. So what we do is we cover it with a layer of plastic wrap, and then we form a foil pan out of the sculpt.
Because you don't want to damage the sculpt.
Exactly, so we cover it so that we don't ding it up, because if this is okay, we move forward. So we make a very sturdy foil pan with 4 or 5 layers of heavy-duty aluminum foil, and we actually bake right in that pan so that we can see what the shape is going to look like, and so that we can see if the capacity is going to be correct, because all of Wilton's shaped pans are the correct capacity for a single double layered box cake mix. Okay, so this first bake is a really good indication of if we're on the right track. Now, if this is on the right track and the size is good and the browning is even on your cake, it then moves to this is called a vac form, and it's a piece of plastic that is welded basically from this clay sculpt, and we repeat the process. We make another foil pan from the back of this, and we bake in it again.
You certainly couldn't bake in that.
No, your kitchen would stink, it would melt. So yeah, so we do a foil pan, but this is good because we're able to actually measure the capacity inside the vac form and make sure that it's going to perfectly fit your double layer cake mix, okay? And then from here, if everything again is lining up, it's the correct size, good even browning on the cake, everything's baked evenly, we move to a short run, which is a very small number of pans that are tooled in metal. And from here, we can actually bake directly in the pan, which is
finally
much better than aluminum foil. Now this, like I said, it's a short run, just so that if we do encounter a difficulty, we haven't broken the bank, so to speak, and we can make changes again. Now in this particular pan, which is it's an older pan, the first time it was tooled, it did not have this foot, and for some reason we didn't realize until we got to this point that when you put it on your oven shelf, it was not laying flat. So the batter wasn't flowing evenly, and there's always a chance that it could have tipped.
Ouch.
Oops. Okay, so before anything else was done, we retooled with this foot so that when you put it on your oven rack, it sits nice and even browning on the surface, and we had a great pan that's the perfect shape for your cake mix.
And that's one of the great things about Wilton aluminum shaped pans is they give you such a nice crumb for decorating, so you don't have to worry about all those crumbs getting in your icing.
Absolutely. And then the other great thing about the shaped pans is that they all come with 3 different decorating ideas right on the label. And you'll see a few other examples of pans here that we have. The test kitchen at Wilton measures the icing amounts that you'll need for your shaped pans, and the decorating room at Wilton actually comes up with the fantastic ideas. And we know you'll be successful at decorating just the way that this looks if you follow the instructions.
We'll appreciate the explanation of the shaped pan getting to the store shelf. Now, if you'd like more information on these shaped pans or our other great products, go to wilton.com or check out the Wilton Annual Yearbook of Cake Decorating. Thanks for joining us.